What's your order, little homie? Let me cook some up. Let me cook some up. Let me cook some up. What's your order, little homie? Let me cook some up. Let me cook some up. It's 1:30 in the morning and my phone just ringing. Yeah, my phone just ringing. I'm high as hell, can't pick it up, and now the phone just ringing. Yeah, my phone just ringing. It's apparent the size of these facilities, the way they always stare at you. You think the price is killing me. Boy, is you crazy? I jack the price up and turn the market to my lady. Plus half my customers are like a throwback Slim Shady. I feel like Max B when he get out, I'm so wavy. Cash on the spot for your material, I'm paying. And I hope the competition doing more than just complaining. Period. You should really call the phone, I'm serious. You should really call the phone, I'm serious. Yeah, don't you like getting this money? I'm curious. Don't you like getting this money? Don't write that. What's your order, little homie? Let me cook something up. Let me cook something up. What's your order, little homie? Let me cook something up. Let me cook something up. What's your order, little homie? Let me cook something up. Let me cook something up. Let me cook something up. What's your order, little homie? Let me cook something up. 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 What's your order, little homie? Let me cook something up. Let me cook something up. Let me cook something up. What's your order, little homie? Let me cook something up. Let me cook something up.
Hey, yo, what's going on? This is Afi Kingdom, man. On the fire drop, man. You niggas out here expert level pussy chasing. We out here converting, man, getting this converter money. You feel me?
5 this morning, I had a customer call me. Said he wanted to sell some converters. And I said, yeah, that's what's up. But I mean, when you trying to sell them, he said, right now, if I can. I'm like, alright. I woke up this morning feeling like a boss. And if you ain't selling to me, you ain't afraid to take a loss, player. 2 cell phones and both of them cost. Then I went and got a third and hit my mans with the toss. Running numbers up, I hear it's like lacrosse. But I know that's not your sport, so let me hedge you, then I cross. Got a new customer, he said he liked the sauce. So I cooked him something special, then he told me thank you, boss. If you feel the same, and everybody said they feel the same, then why y'all ain't getting paid? Then why y'all ain't getting paid? Cause if you feel the same, and everybody said they feel the same, and I said we all getting paid, then I said we all getting paid. It's convert the conversation, convert the conversation, convert the conversation. It's convert the conversation, convert the conversation. To the price that's sweet when you talk to me, wanna sell to me, wanna sell to me. Convert the conversation, convert the conversation, convert the conversation. It's convert the conversation, convert the conversation. To the price that's sweet when you talk to me, wanna sell to me, wanna sell to me. Oh. Yo, them prices true. You can call my bluff, go ahead and bring them through. It's a long way up, but I'm trying to see the view. So the moral of this story is I'm trying to buy a few. You've been so patient, and that patience is a virtue. How you running home with money like you trying to catch a curfew. And that's been certain, like they promise certainties. But you can call me with some value, and I give you what you need. This my symphony for sellers, my junkyard dwellers, my jacking up them cars, he got a saws off, fellas. This my symphony for sellers, my junkyard dwellers, my jacking up them cars, he got a saws off, fellas. It's a convert the conversation, convert the conversation, convert the conversation. It's convert the conversation, convert the conversation.
Yo, good morning, everybody. I'm gonna do a quick roll call. You guys know It's Free Game Fridays featuring my big brothers, Lawrence D. Adams and Coach Justin. So make sure you guys have a question ready when I get down at the bottom of this chat, all right? That's all I want from you guys is have us some questions. We're here to chop it up, but we also here to change lives. And that's why I get up early in the morning. So I want to help a few people today. You know what I'm saying? So let's get those questions in the chat. Shout out to Iceberg, first on deck. Unique, good to see you always, brother. We got Tisha in the house. Who else we got in the house? JW, what up? William, AK, what up, bro? Trav, hey. Joe Blast, Nelly Nell. All right, let's get into it. How you feeling, big bro?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Here we go, Justin. Justin, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Good, good.
There you go.
Bounced off.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, hopefully. Here, Iceberg, you start us off, matter of fact. You start us off. You expert level with the questions.
Hold on. Salute to Justin. Salute to Alpha Kingdom. How's everyone doing? How you guys doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, just really want to help some people this morning, you know. So hopefully we can get that together by you guys' questions. And if you guys didn't check out that joint with me and Ron Wells last night, well, yesterday evening, I would suggest you check that out too. So start us off. What's going on?
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning. What did we do? What did we do, Lawrence? It was something we did last week, and it was like, okay, we had. Oh, that's what we did. We didn't ask for y'all the questions. We just start talking. That's what happened. That's what happened. Trying to give y'all a chance, man.
Yeah, what's going on, Justin? How you doing, man?
Doing well. How about
good.
yourself?
I'm doing good. Cam is okay. Cool. You got the two Adams and Alpha Kingdom. That's how you do it. Right.
Take it over.
Taking over. Justin Adams, Lawrence Adams, Alpha Kingdom.
Sometimes you gotta reset Coach Justin. That happened to me sometimes too. You just gotta reset the whole joint.
Yeah, that's what I did before I came on because my mic wasn't working.
Actually, it happens to me often. I just don't speak on it because why I want to tell y'all that.
Right.
What am I tell y'all that for?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. What's up with the questions?
Yeah, you're gonna take a minute. They want to talk about, man. I'm telling you this is some interesting time to be in far as with the game and actually men being men, because it's when there's a strong attack against masculinity, that means there's an uprise of men who are going to walk in even stronger. How can I say it? You're going to walk in a stronger strength of their masculinity. Anytime there is an attack of masculinity or attack of anything, that means there's going to be a equally amount of opposite force pushing against it. And what we're going to see is you're going to see a uprise of men being masculine. What I grew up seeing, what I've known, what I've been taught. So that's where we're in the age right now, where we're seeing elements of it, we're seeing pieces of it, but what we also seeing is going to be a rise of more men who are going to get their voice back, but also who are going to walk in masculinity and actually watch as the women that they deal with and the women around them are going to start walking back into their femininity.
Well, I think there's a problem though.
Go ahead.
In order for us to get to solidarity, we're going to have to get used to touching each other because, and I mean this metaphorically, because you got to lock arm in arm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And by that, I mean, fuck all those people who want to infight and like tell other men what it is to be a man. Like that's some childish crap. Like say like, oh, this is too girly, or that's not man. Like, but who the fuck are you? You know? So I'm just saying, it's like when you get into that nitpicking, like girls nitpick, like just stop nitpicking and just get on your own square. And then that, when we do that, and just everyone's looking straight ahead, that's when we can lock arm in arm and understand that we can kind of create the future that we want to see, which is I think we generally want to see this a similar future.
I agree, man. It's something you say that because everyone, I think we said it last time, everyone wants to get this definition of what simping is. Or you're a simp if you do this, you're a simp if you do that. Everyone wants to critique you on what you think you should do, say, for the woman. But when I look at it, it's your intention on why you're doing it. And if you're doing it from a place of trying to placate to the woman versus being a man and this is what you do, and like you said, we lock arms on that and stop this girly infighting that it is terrible on YouTube. I don't care what sector that you're in, the girly or the infighting amongst men is like, come on. It's terrible.
Hey, LDA, you want to get this question real quick and then pass it to Justin? It says from Iceberg, do you think reconciliation is a part of the forgiveness process? Some say if you're unwilling to reconcile, then that means you're still to some degree hurting from what happened. Thoughts? I'm gonna say, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm gonna say no. Sometimes I don't want to be people friends again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna cut my phone off.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes people show you who they are. You don't always gotta. Let me clarify. I'm speaking for myself. If somebody shows me who they are, I don't want to hear about how they were feeling, what was going on. I don't care about none of that. We got to have something established for that to matter. All relationships are not worth mending. You don't. Some people are here for reasons, some seasons. So it's not any person who I get into it with, and then when they ready to fix it, we got to have a sit down and talk. It ain't that deep for me. Sometimes you could be, all right, you sorry, bro? I feel it. Okay, we cool. But we ain't got to be friends, though. We just, all right, we squashed it. That don't mean like, all right, let's start talking on the phone every day again. Like, that's just for me.
I got it now. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
So reconciliation has to start within you. Until you reconcile within yourself first, any reconciliation that's going to be exhibited on the outside is going to be a waste of time. Until you stop the internal argument that you have with that person and the internal argument you have in yourself about that person. So I think reconciliation first has to start within you. Yes, it is part of forgiving. And just because you reconcile, like you said, Alfred, just because you reconcile with a person doesn't mean you have to continue to get along or continue to go along that path with them. And you got to be able to read, in so many words, read the tea leaves that are in front of you. Say, is this person, like you said, for this season, for that season, or for a long season? You got to be able to do that. But I will say reconciliation first must start within you. Many times we have not reconciled issues inside of us, but we want to reconcile on the outside of us. You got to reconcile inside of you and forgive yourself before you can even forgive the other person. But let me stop there.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty much the same thing, that it just starts with self-forgiveness, and then at that point, that's when you can kind of see clearly.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yep.
Go ahead.
But we got some music going on too.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo. What happened?
Only on Alfie Kingdom.
But anyways, I was saying that like the forgiveness, that definitely starts within, and then but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get back together with the person. I don't think getting back together with anybody is necessary or part of the forgiveness process. It just has to do with really like what you were saying, like stopping that internal argument that you're carrying on.
Fucking shit, bro. Hold on, because I can't hear you guys. I see y'all talking, though. I apologize if I'm interrupting you guys, because I can see y'all things moving, so I know y'all talking, but I can't hear you. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah, there we go. Mr. Afi, how are we doing?
Okay, how about now?
I can hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry if I was interrupting y'all because I couldn't hear what y'all was saying.
Hey, you were playing some 80s music.
Oh yeah, you like that one? Hold on. That's Laser Panda made that for me. That's a little Prince little beat he made for me. Hold on. You like that? Can you hear it?
Yeah, it just brings me back to like, big hair and shoulder pads.
You can hear it? Is it too loud though? How about there?
Like I want to break dance.
Right. Yeah, bust out my parachute pants.
Right.
Is it too loud? You not hear it?
The refrigerator box.
Yeah. Got the refrigerator box, you about to get it in.
Uh-huh.
You said y'all can't hear me.
Hey, Afi, you get that link that I sent you?
No, my screen keep cutting off every time I put this thing down. This morning, if you sent it to me this morning, no, I didn't get it. I mean, I got it, but I just
No. I did send it to you.
The Gigolo one, yeah, that's why
the Rent A Gent.
Yeah, the Gigolo.
Yeah. You guys, Lawrence, you hear about this website? It's called Rent A Gent.
LDA.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Have you heard of the Rent A Gent?
Say that again.
Rent A Gent.
No, I haven't.
Gigolo status.
What is it called?
It's gigolos. They only charging $100. Man, that's a whole nother conversation. Hold on. Iceberg says, "Do you believe in the concept of real men?" Did y'all answer that or no?
No, you were still on the other one, and then you cut in and out.
Okay.
And then Justin was actually going in.
Especially like doing this, like
Yeah, and the music is. Hey, can you drop the music?
There you go. That's better, Coach. You say yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The what's it called? The Rent A Gent. Yeah, man. It's
You got something
I
going
still
on?
hear it. It's like somebody else's voice is like echoing in the background.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Rent A Gent. It's this website where you can rent a husband, kind of. Like, so imagine you're like this you're highly educated, power woman, but you ain't got a man, right? You're 40 something, but you got money, you got swag, but the big business a holiday party is coming up and you don't got a date because your market value is kind of low. You go to Rent A Gent and you can throw down some cash for probably quite a bit of money per hour, and you can have a menu of men to pick from on the website who can accompany you to these events. So it's just a paid for gigolo basically.
Everybody want to call me now. Wow, that's pretty slick. That's pretty slick because what they're doing is taking an old concept that actually has been going on for years, and now they just brought it to the internet. So this is it's been happening in different circles. I'll say that.
Y'all never seen that show Gigolos? They used to come on Showtime.
No. I mean, Gigolos was it's like we knew it existed, but it was kind of kept on the down low. And women have been doing this shit forever.
Yes.
And I mean, here in New York, there's plenty of escort services, but that's still seen as like, this is something sexual, but we're not going to say it's something sexual. And we'll market it as something else. This is something that's like straight marketed for, your accompaniment. Like it's not driven in a sex way. And I don't even know if sex is even insinuated with these things. It looks like it's just straight up accompaniment. But what's interesting is that there's a rent to own feature.
Mm. Mm.
Talk about the rent to own feature.
Well, I don't want to speak out of turn, so I'm gonna look
Go
it
ahead.
up.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna look it up before. Damn, what the hell is going on? I can't like pull up any new tabs or anything. The fuck is going on?
It's interesting because now you're seeing an influx of women who are in those power positions, but they don't have the power position to actually hold on or even get a man. So if men were to pay attention to what you just said, there are women who are in those positions who would love to have you if you knew
Facts.
how to take advantage of it. Take advantage of it.
Well, you know what it is see, it's a fantasy, and the reason why it's so effective is because the women only get it in doses. That's why. It's because they only get it in doses. Once they see the gigolo, and he oh good Justin, and he wines and dines and put roses in his mouth and rubs their feet and plays the violin for it. If you're doing that all the time, it's not going to be effective. It's an experience that they paying for.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to get that on an average date. So, so what it is you pay for the experience, and then sex is the tip. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's very you're actually 100% on the money with that. And I think if men were to understand that, how to even because I see the question up there, if men were to understand how they need to play into their fantasy.
Yeah, it's the finesse. You gotta know how to do those things, but not to where it's routine and not to where it becomes, because it'll get expensive too. If you start rolling out the carpet like that, it's gonna start costing you some money, bro. But
Oh yeah,
in reality, I know a little bit about this game, In reality, the women are actually paying for the dates. You're just giving them the experience.
correct.
You know what I'm saying? They paying for the shit that you're doing. All you if you want to if she want to go on roller coaster rides and she want to go to eat crawfish and all of that, she paying for it. You just the experience, so you got to provide a good experience for her, and something that she will remember, and then that way when she thinks of you, she thinks of that experience, and that's how they get the cash.
Yeah, right now it's in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut.
Mm.
But I wanted to see what this rent to own feature is. What the heck is this?
We got a question from a lady, Tisha.
Oh, Private Gent taps into Rent A Gent's exclusive database of men who are available. Oh, so they're just renaming a matchmaking service. So
Yeah.
they've got matchmakers on here as well as renting a date. But
Multi-link.
they call it rent to own, which is just a really I know it's a little buzzwordy and it sounds cute, you know what I mean?
Mm.
But the fact that they using it like rent to own, like you're buying a man,
Mm.
right?
Tisha
Some
said,
man's, some man's gonna fall for it. Normally, you're gonna be a younger man.
she says, what's the benefits of a woman dating 7 to 10 years up from her age? Lately, I've been approached by guys 10 years up on my age. It caught me off guard because it's been frequent. Thoughts?
Mm.
Maybe that's your energy. That's what you're attracting. You are what you attract. So maybe that's what you subconsciously want, but that's not what you're used to. So you're not really into it. I think
Mm.
I talked to RPC a few months ago, and I used to tell him about he should go to Thailand and Philippines and these places, and he was saying like, "Oh, I don't really like Asian women like that." And then maybe beginning of this year, he's just like, man, he kind of start checking for him. He tired of the Spanish chicks. So sometimes your life adjusts and your tastes are still the same. So that's what I tell you.
I think the benefits of a woman dating a man 7 to 10 years older, because I dated women that were 7 to 2 years younger, is I think the one of the benefits is she gets his experience. And I think a lot of times, um, women don't realize how important it is to get the man experience and his wisdom that he has. So that's
Right.
one of the benefits you get. Then you also you get experience, but it's experience on multiple levels. When I mean that, you get his sexual experience, you get his experience in business, his experience in how life works. And so, if you're constantly running across a man at that level, you need to look within and say, okay, what am I trying to, like you said, Avi, what am I trying to grasp for that I'm not getting at the people my age? And once you reconcile, once that word come in there, that issue within, then you can say, you know what? I see why I'm attracted to men that age. But it all starts, as you know, Tish, it all starts within.
Good morning, Viking. Good to see you.
Yeah, I think as far as dating older guys, I would say that it's you know, it's a good thing if he's, you know, if he's a mature dude, you know, if his maturity matches his age, right? And and I've dated women as young as 20 years old all the way up through 29, you know, who are like in that 20 range. And it, you know, it's fine as long as like you're not in this like weird teacher role, you know, and you're like using it as like a sense of power, you know, and you're just really kind of being there like with a person that vibes with you. But I think it's totally fine. And in my opinion, I think it would be better just because younger guys just don't know what they want, right? And an older guy, typically, he's had enough women and enough experiences where he's not in it just to get into your pants, like a guy in his 20s and early 30s. You know, he's going to be throwing game like just to get you naked. And you know, an older dude, like it's after a while, it's like sex becomes a little bit boring, like, you know, so it's more about like, you know, getting on like that good vibe, you know, and he's not going to be pushing just to get your, you know, because he knows what he can do. He knows the power that he has through the experience that he has. So it's like it's a non-issue. It's like it's not being like the younger guy be like worrying about if he's going to please her. Like the older is not going to worry about pleasing you. He knows it's in the bag. So he's focused on other things. And it's showing you an experience or bringing you into his experience. And you know, I'd say, you know, give it a go because, you know, usually they're not going to push for sex, so you're going to feel a little bit safer. And you can see like what that guy has to offer. Maybe he wants to have a long-term relationship. Maybe he's just looking for someone to join him on some kind of trip or whatever. And that's cool, you know, like, and so I would say give it a shot. Don't let society tell you that it's fucked up or that you got daddy issues or anything like that. Just if you're feeling the dude, go, you know, go talk to them.
I won't say this one thing though, Justin. Though, don't you
Yeah.
ladies, you talking about going on a trip and you ain't giving him nothing. Got
Well, that comes down to that individual
Iceberg
guy.
again, bro.
huh?
That comes down to the individual guy. So you know, if that's what he's after, you know what I'm saying? Some dudes, it's like they got so much going on, you know, it's like it's not about that. Like they don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like they got just they just don't care. And so they're after other things. And or if there is sex interest, I think an older guy would definitely make that clear with the vibe that he's giving off of him. You know, he's not going to do that stupid simp shit where he's like, "No, we're just going to go as friends." Like he'll make it clear without straight up saying that he's interested in having sex. Like he'll be clear about it, you know?
Sure.
I see, Iceberg. You said I missed your question. Just ask me again. Let me see what you said.
It's
Oh, Iceberg asked another. Oh, that was sorry, that was a young lady who had a second.
guys, do you believe in the concept of real men?
Oh, right. No.
You said,
Yeah, do you believe in the concept of real men?
Sirism.
Going on, Sirism.
We are cyborgs. Good morning, Uncle Ism.
Salutism.
Do you think of the definition of what it means to be a man is subjective? Is there only one definition? What it means to be a man?
I think the fact that if you're asking that question, your head is in the wrong place.
Mm,
Like, why are you even asking this? Like, what do you care? You know, that's the problem with a lot of these spaces. It's like, dudes, look into the outside. I guess maybe I'm answering his question, but you know, it's subjective. But if you're having to ask anything from the outside, you're starting off in the wrong direction.
I think let me say this about we have been bombarded in media and in other spaces about this whole thing, real men. And a lot of times you hear women say, "Well, he's a real man," or "He's not a real man." And like you just said, it comes down to individuality of when you as a man define what it means to be a man. And when you have other men around you who are men who can pour in you and say, this is the guidelines and these are the barriers of what a man is. And I think what happened is we have to get about anytime someone uses that's a real man and that ain't, you need to question why they're saying that.
Right.
Why are they trying to define it for you?
Why do you think being masculine is attacked? Because being masculine doesn't benefit the woman. That's why. I mean, it does on the way that it sounds like it does, but you know, if they were to promote masculinity, then feminism would go down. So
Why don't think masculinity is being attacked? Easy. It's because when you control the masculine frame or the masculine man, what happens is you control the masses. So what you do is you attack the masculine man to weaken the masses because no matter what females say, they're going to follow after the man. So what I'll do is strategically I'll attack the masculine man, keep him weak, and then I can move society around like I want. Anytime a masculine man stands up and rises up, guarantee you there's going to be some kind of shaming or attacking against him. It's just how it is.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. Because a society full of strong men that are reliable and trustworthy, that have honor, integrity, and strength, they need oversight less and less. Right? You need government oversight less and less if there's some communities filled with strong, intelligent men of integrity. And that's scary to them because then there's a lack of control and a lack of knowledge. It's like, wait a second, we don't know what they're going to do. Right? Are they going to overthrow us? Are they going to make different decisions? Are they going to take things in a different way? And we can't predict it, right? Because money is a driving force, right? And businesses love to be able to predict where their money's going to go. That's why they make financial trajectories for money they haven't even made yet. So men, typically, we don't shop. You know what I'm saying? And consuming, that's like a more feminine thing, right? Because femininity receives, right? It receives, it consumes. Men is the arrow. It produces and it penetrates. It consumes less, probably like just enough energy in order for it to do what it needs to do, and it creates. So it's like, but that doesn't make money. So it's like, okay, we got to get in their heads, chip away at their masculinity so they become more feminine, more in their feelings, and then can become receivers of our brainwashing so we can make more money off of them. And now we've got commercials of guys, like, I don't know, shaving their legs or, like tons of skincare products. And I'm not saying don't take care of your skin, but like it's advertised to us. Before it was just knowledge. It's like, hey, wash your damn face and use some moisturizer, right. But now it's advertised to us. And it's like, they're getting in your head, man, trying to turn us into women. And it's working. Y'all are soft.
They are. Hey, Sir he's on Spotify and he's also on Instagram. I keep telling you, you got to get on Instagram, bro. Gotta, you gotta do it. You have to. John W. says, how do you become a more effective mentor with individuals that come to you for guidance? Does it simply come down to experience or finding out through conversation with that person responds to? I'm gonna say it comes out through conversation and it comes out through your awareness and your discernment. He do podcasts, Sir Ism. There we go, right there.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Sir Ism. Yeah, Coach Justin _ That's where I'm at. We can connect there if you like. Yeah, mentoring, as a mentor, mentoring, you're constantly a student. So don't think that you got to be like some supreme leader and you have to know everything. Mentoring is about taking your experience and the things that you've learned and sharing it with someone else in a guided manner, right? In a way that you slow it down and you curate it such that other people can learn. That's all it is. Yes. So, it's just always being a student, always checking yourself, always growing, right? Always doing an audit of yourself. And that's how you become a good mentor.
Mm-hmm. I would say becoming a good mentor is when you realize first you have something to say. And once you realize you have something to say, you start to notice that people are going to start gravitating to you. And in simple conversation, mentorship doesn't have to be real formal sometimes. It can be very informal. And you, in a simple conversation, you give them a solution to one of their problems. Mm-hmm. And once you're able to do that, you realize you just enter into a mentor-mentee relationship. Then if you decide to make it formal, then it goes from that way. But also too, you got to look at, is the student ready to receive what you're saying to them? Many times, many mentors waste valuable information on people who are not ready to receive what they have. And so what happens is their wisdom is thrown on the floor and trampled over. So it's important to recognize, if you're going to go into mentorship, look at for people who want to hear your message.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would also say the most obvious one, you need to care about other people. A lot of cats on here, they don't really care about y'all, man. They're here to make money. I like making money too, but making money didn't get me here. I started making money after I was already here. So I didn't have this bright idea of I need to get on YouTube to make money. Mm-hmm. I just start making videos and then start attracting people and affecting people. And then once people start reaching out, I realized that the information was valuable because I didn't realize how valuable it was because I'm just being myself. And also too, people that I was around didn't let me know it was valuable. Yeah, man. Because I had valued information too, but it was sat on, and so I didn't know it was valuable. And then now when you have different people telling you the same thing, you understand the value of what it is that you bring. Did I just rhyme, Sir Ism? I didn't try to do it. Thanks for that super chat.
Yeah. Now, there was that one question just before this, Jonathan super chat about, women saying this or that about, that's not a real man, or criticizing. Okay, I'll just say, yeah, you're not a real man because you act like this or that, or you say this or that. I would say that if you're listening to it and you're considering what they're saying, then no, you're not a man. Like, I think if you're because men are aware, they're aware of themselves. They know what they're doing because they're not just like shooting from the hip, right? It's having congruence of your mind, your words, and your actions. And if you're aware, in order to have congruence, you have to be aware of all three of these things, right? and you take responsibility for every single one, right? So it's like, and none of that is listening to what other people can say about what you're doing. I would say unless you're breaking the law, you're hurting people, and but that has nothing to do with being a man. Now you're a criminal, right? Now you're a violent offender. So that's what it is, man. If you're listening to all that shit and trying to adjust to what other people say and think, you are constantly going to be changing, right? And you're constantly going to be shifting who you are, because those voices day after day, week after week, year after year are constantly shifting and changing. And if you're trying to meet those, you're always going to be this fluid thing. And fluid shit, that's more feminine energy, being fluid.
I see I hit a nerve with Nelly. He want me to talk about it. I'm going to elaborate on that a little more, because I'm going to learn you guys something that it took me up until a year ago to learn. So this is a lesson for you guys. Make sure y'all put some ones in the chat if y'all going to feel this, because I want y'all to really feel it. This is some serious shit. Doesn't matter. Put some ones in the chat first, because I'm going to drop y'all some wisdom. Some wisdom it'll change your life, because I had to go through this whole life up until right now. So this is wisdom, but this is a new lesson that I learned. Let me get a few ones in the chat. I see unique OG. He always want the OG game. Let's see if somebody else want the OG game. Okay, Viking wanted. Them two was enough. So listen to me. It doesn't matter how good you think you are. Doesn't matter how many good ideas you have. Okay. Me myself, I'm self-motivated. Okay. But I'm saying all that to say, if you're not around people that are going to feed you that energy, to challenge you, to make you think, you'll never maximize your full potential. It's not about you. As selfish as you want to be, you could put yourself first. I put myself first too. But you have to understand that you need other people. You may not need someone to pay your rent, to buy you a car, shit like that. But I'll tell you this, if I would have had the energy that I receive now, and that's just positive feedback. Like I say, I speak my spirit and my truth on these podcasts. Like I tell you guys how I want to direct films and movies. You know what I'm saying? I had a special young lady. She made me a website. I ain't got none of the day ones cats who I went to school with making me no websites. And if I do, I gotta ask them. This is positive energy. That's how come I can get up and do this when I don't feel like it. Until you are around people who also feel and see greatness in you, you're not going to make it, because you're not going to see it in yourself. You're going to see it in yourself, but then you're going to constantly doubt yourself too, because you're going to wonder, why is nobody else seeing this? And until you get to the point where your energy is on game type, and people are seeing into you, and then they tell you things, and it makes you think about things, and then you come up with more ideas. Then you get creative. Then you start to say, man, I'm not crazy. I knew this was the truth. You got to take yourself out of wherever you are and put yourself where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. There you go, Nelly. You wanted it, and I gave it to you.
I hear that, man. I think more what I was talking about is when it comes to like masculinity, right? And being like manhood. As far as self-development goes, yes, you're absolutely correct. I mean, like when the media says, when a shaving commercial comes out and says, this is how a man should be, this is how a man shouldn't be, and you listen to that and go, oh, okay, I'm going to listen to a commercial to define who I am. or to define what I am, right? Or if some woman is in your face and doesn't like the fact that you didn't buy her a new pair of shoes, and she goes, well, a real man would have bought me shoes. And you listen to that and you're like, okay, maybe I should buy you shoes. Like that's defining who you are and what you are by listening to that dialogue. And I think that's where it becomes destructive. You know, when it comes to identity and you're listening to how society says you should be as you identify, like that's where it gets dangerous, man.
No, Justin. What I said didn't even connect to nothing what you were saying. I just had some free fire boss game I had to give.
Oh yeah, that was hot. It was on point.
It's just some real stuff because I just learned that, man. Because I be thinking like, damn, man, where were all these friends at 10 years ago, man? I ain't never for real. I heard people. I'm telling you, my whole life, people. I tell myself I was great. My mama did. Women said I was great in bed, like surface shit like that. But up until now, man, it's like, man, people know this shit about me. I know it's about myself. So it's like, well, wow, what was going on this whole time before that? Shout out to Misha, baby. You just missed the fire boss wisdom because you need to hear it too. Let's get some questions in. We got about 20 minutes. LDA fire this morning. LDA, what you was doing last night? You got somebody sprung. Your phone and rang like 7 times. It's 45 minutes.
He's with another woman.
You put in work last night, boy. She say, why you ain't gonna tell me good morning after all that last night? That's why she calling. After all that last night, LDA, she wondering why you ain't hit her with the good morning text.
Say, he must be with another girl. I'm gonna get him. Fuck him.
She got it. Let's see if she called 2 more times in 20 minutes. If she called 2 more times in 20 minutes, we're gonna have to have a consultation. I want to know what you did last night so I could do it to somebody else. Let's get some questions, guys. We got 20 minutes. Y'all can ask about anything. You guys get more active with the questions. Y'all be letting icebergs soak up all the game. I damn near think this be his show. Free Game Fridays featuring LDA, Justin, and Iceberg. Because he be getting the game. Oh, good. He be getting. See what I'm saying? Viking says, I doubted myself for years, no longer. And the proof is how far I'm getting with the quickness. And now I've got boss friends to back me up. Yeah, man. Like, shit, bro. I got a strong network. I literally got somebody I can call for shit that I don't even need. I got somebody to call for. I got people to call now because of YouTube. Just people in awkward places for awkward things that I could ask for, and they'll do it for me. Just random ass spots, random ass people that all see greatness in me, and I see greatness in them too. That's why I like helping them. People don't get like me being a teacher and shit. That shows a lot about my character right there. I didn't want to cash out and be like, I want to be a millionaire. Let me be a teacher. Don't work like that, fool. I just like helping people, and I like kids, and I did want kids for a long time up until recently. You know what I'm saying?
But that brings up what we were talking about in the beginning, like with man, I'm getting a weird echo.
Go ahead. I'll mute while you talk.
Oh, okay. I guess it's not coming through your headphones. It must be coming out through your speakers. But that's kind of like what we were talking about before in the beginning, like with men unifying in a sense, because when you stop the doubt, right? Because the doubt is when you're listening to not yourself, you're listening to everything else to help define what you are and what you should be doing. But once you stop that shit, the self-doubt starts going away because the belief in the self starts growing, right? And that's when you start leveling your shit up, when you stop measuring against an external ruler that's constantly shifting, right? And you set your own standards and you live by your own principles and your own rules. And it's like, that's when you start developing, and then you start living more for yourself. You become more reliable, right? You become more capable. And when women start seeing that, they're like, oh, a capable man. That's goddamn attractive, right? And other men see that and go, capable man. I can rely on him in a time of conflict, in a time of need, in, either like my own personal need or a community need. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you start developing those bonds between other men, right? Because you could just competence recognizes competence. And it's like, okay, and you get that nod, you're like, okay, I see you, you see me, and we could rely on each other if needed. And that's how we start changing communities. Oh, that's a good question, Jonathan.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that one right there.
There's a lack of camaraderie and community during 2021. I feel that sometimes you're more connected to individuals outside your geographic location. I throw off at that from the sports. And yeah, that's a good fact. Mm-hmm. That's true. That's very true, bro. Just like, sports is a good analogy that, bringing different people together who are all on the same page. Just because you meet somebody and you guys both like something, you both like Street Fighter 6, that don't mean that that's your partner that's going to level you up. Y'all just have something in common together. Mm-hmm. You want to be around people who see the potential in you, because when they see the potential on you, that basically means that you're not maximized yet, right? So they see great. You're great, and they see greatness, and then that makes you work on yourself. Because a lot of times people will see it in you, but they'll keep it to themselves. They don't even want to tell you. Ain't that cold? People that know you cold don't even want to tell you, Justin. Mm-hmm. That's a shame.
Yep. But whatever, it happens. But I do agree with that. So online communities are growing, but I do think it's important to grow the community that you're in, because that's where our bodies live. That's where our kids are growing up. That's where families are. And we need to take care of that. We can't just be like, oh, all of my friends are online. It's like, but you ignore and talk shit about your neighbor, right? You don't even know their name. It's like, come on, when I was a kid growing up, I knew everybody from one corner to the next. And it's like, we all knew each other and shit. And I think that's been lost, right? We've physically in life become very detached, but on digital life we've become very connected, but that ends up kind of being like somewhat of an echo chamber, right? Yeah. We only vibe up with people who share our own opinions and interests, like what you were saying, and that's not really the way it works. We can work together that way, yes. Business, some collaborations and things like that, but it's all online. We got to take that same spirit and bring it back to our communities and start connecting with real people, right? With real men. Connect with men.
Iceberg says, how do you guys personally deal with disrespectful people? I'm interested to hear what you guys say about that. What about you, Justin? How you deal with disrespectful people?
It depends on the situation, if I would say in any disrespectful situation, I'm always calm, right? It takes quite a bit to get me upset. So I would say if you're not like that, you should develop, the emotional maturity to stay cool. But how I deal with the disrespect, it really varies, right? So say if a girl says something to me that I don't like, say it's the girl that I'm dating, right? And it's the first time I've ever heard this stuff, I would check it right then and there and just let her know what is acceptable and what's not acceptable, right? If she turns it into an argument, I would, like dismiss myself from that day with her. Say, all right, I'll see you later, right? And keep making that message of that boundary. And it's like, you want to keep pushing? Well, the boundary is going to get thicker and harder, right? So it's like, but you keep pushing, and it's going to get so thick and hard that you're going to lose my attention altogether. So, that's just one example. Or sometimes, like not too long ago, it was checked, and then it's like, okay, like I read you loud and clear, understood. So, but it's really dependent on situations of like what you're going to do.
I don't deal with disrespectful people, and if it's people who are disrespectful that I gotta deal with, I kind of just dismiss it. Because for me, I'm just speaking for me now. Mm-hmm. If you're not important or valuable to me, I don't care what you think or say. To be honest, anybody's opinion don't make me shit. I don't feed off of what people think. Man, if somebody's an asshole, I'd be just thinking this guy's a fucking idiot, bro. Why he, like I can go to a restaurant and somebody could just throw my food down. I won't be like, yo, I'm gonna beat your ass. What the fuck you do that shit for? Like, this nigga over here is a cat. You see this cat over here? How he put the shit down? Like, that's how I handle it. Like, stupid, bro. Just dismiss it. I gotta have some type of rapport with you for your opinion to matter. Like, you can talk all the shit. It don't matter. Like, I gotta like you to be like, well, why do you think this or that? Like, I don't care why you think this or that if I don't know you or I don't care about you. It has to match. We got to care about you first. You know what else I hate? I hate when people give you your opinion when you ain't asked for it. Like, all right, that's cool, but whatever. Like, I ain't even really ask you. But that's just me.
No, that works.
You hear me still on the phone? I think he said he was on the phone still. Well, right. I gotta wrap this thing up. So hopefully Lawrence will come on before. So Justin, let's say your last words, bro. And then I think LDA maybe just come back in real quick.
Well, my last words, I just want to touch on what Viking Paradigm said. And he said that women have always shit tested men to ensure he wasn't weak. Feminism is just an extension of this. It ensures the strength of the human race. That's why less men get sex now. Yeah. And I don't think I think a lot of it has to do with marketing and advertising and getting inside the heads of men as consumers and turning them into, softy feeders at the same time. So making that shit test even easier to knock men down and weaken the women's choices, having less and less choices. So there's a lot of things going on there, but I absolutely agree with that it is a giant shit test, and most dudes are failing them. Most dudes are failing the shit test of feminism. Absolutely.
What the fuck?
But yeah, I appreciate coming on this morning. It's always a good chat. I wish LDA could have been more part of the conversation, but he had business to take care of. If anybody wants to connect with me, I'm on the easiest ways. I'm on Instagram. It's Coach Justin _ I'm also on Clubhouse under the same name. It's just Coach Justin without an underscore. And I've got a podcast you can check out. I just dropped Afi's interview, and that's on
in my community tab. If y'all have a problem trying to find it, just
there you go.
Community tab, it's right there, and if you're on my Patreon, it's in there.
Yeah, so you go onto Apple or Spotify and look for the Forge Project. That's the name of the podcast, and Afi is on there. And I got Akeem coming up, 1950, Red Pill Thor, Lucario. These all got to get edited. So yeah, there's some other really good episodes coming down the pike.
All good. As for me, y'all make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at King Genius Afi. If you want a consultation, hit me up, Mr. King Fee 101 at gmail.com. We'll have a power fire session that'll get you straight, get your mindset right, and your game tight. Follow my other channels, Afi and Links, Food Adventures, Expert Level Wrestling Podcast, Expert Level Gaming, and the International Afi Podcast on Spotify. You can go to my About section. Excuse me. You can go to my channels tab, and they're all right there. Um, the books are on sale. I forgot to make the book go. I'm gonna make the books go live later. The 2 new books. Go to Amazon.com. Afi Kingdom, and all my books are on sale, $9.99 a piece. Pick up the ones you don't want and get ready for the 2. And then, real quick, this is Lawrence D. Adams. Come find me at Lawrence D. Adams on Instagram and Lawrence D. Adams on Facebook. I'll be going live in 29 minutes talking about the spiritual side of the game. Make sure y'all go to see me, Lawrence D. Adams, on my morning show, The Thinkings Class, at 9:30.
Yo, man, don't quit your day job.
All right, y'all. Are you waiting for that Underworld book? I'm gonna put that out soon. It's gonna be out next month because that's not a book for everybody, so I don't have to like premiere it or promote it because that book ain't. I don't want that. I don't want everybody to even have that book. To be honest with you, it's dark manipulation game. I don't want just to put that in anybody's hands. So that's the $50 joint. It'll be out next month. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just put it out. It's for those who want to spend the money or cool. Yeah, I got it. I got 8 other books that y'all can pay $20 for, but that one, it ain't gonna be that. All right. So y'all have a good day. Have a good weekend. I got a show with AV tomorrow. Don't know the time yet, but it'll be in the evening with a young lady. If you was on my Instagram, y'all seen who she was, but if not, you'll wait till tomorrow and see. Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think. And if y'all have questions or concerns or things that y'all may want me to talk about during next week, just drop them in the comments. Questions about your girlfriend, about your life, blah, blah, blah. I might make a video out of it. So make sure y'all drop it in the comments. And y'all have a good one. Peace, peace.
Take care, everyone.